I saw through my security camera that my husband's uncle was undressing my niece and I immediately put a stop to it. Now his family is defending the uncle and I plan to not only sue him, but cut all contact with my husband's family. My husband, 36M, and I, 37F, have cameras throughout our house for safety reasons as well as capturing fun moments with our family. This year we decided to host Thanksgiving dinner as we have a larger house compared to other family members and we both love cooking together. We invited people from both sides of our family and about 18 people showed up. It was a lot, but we had everyone bring something and it went off without a hitch. That is, until I got an alert on my phone that someone was in my garage. When I checked it on my phone, I was terrified and disgusted to see my husband's uncle undressing my niece. I screamed out and handed my phone to my husband as I rushed towards the garage. By the time I got there, she was only in her underwear and crying, with her clothes on a pile next to her. My niece is only 7, and so tiny compared to the large man who had a very tight grip on her. I screamed at him to get away from her and rushed over to my niece. By the time I got to her, the uncle stepped away and started making excuses that he was a doctor, and she mentioned her skin itched so he was just checking her. That's when my husband came running in and without hesitating, he punched his uncle so hard he fell onto his back. I saw a few other people come in, so I shielded my niece with my body and started dressing her. My sister came in soon after and asked what had happened. When she saw her daughter she ran over and helped me quickly dress her. At this point the whole family had gathered around and were trying to squeeze inside my garage. I pointed at the uncle and loudly said, "I saw him undressing my niece over the cameras." My sister became furious and went over to the uncle who was still on the ground, and kicked him in the face. Then she grabbed her daughter and told her it would be okay as she was there now. She glared at me and told me that this wasn't over. I told her I agreed. My husband opened up the garage door and basically threw his uncle out and started yelling and cursing at him. His mom came over and tried to stop him by stepping between them, but he refused to back down and continued to call him a disgusting pig. He said he was no longer welcome in his life and to never contact him again. I looked back at everyone else and told them Thanksgiving was over now, and everyone should go home. My mother-in-law came over to me and asked me to talk some sense into my husband and forgive his uncle. I gave her a disgusted look and asked why the hell I would do that. My husband and I have kids of our own and we weren't going to risk anything. She said that he was family and family should stick together. I told her that that man was not my family, my sister and niece are, and I'll choose them over her family every time. She said I was being inconsiderate of other people's feelings as her brother had been through a lot. I told her I didn't care and to take a good look in the mirror for siding with a grown man who touched a child. My husband came over and told her to leave if she really sided with her brother about this situation. I called my sister the next day and she said she was glad I caught him before anything happened, but she and her daughter needed space for a while. I asked if she wanted to sue him, and she said she did, but not if it meant it would hurt her daughter further. So now I'm making it my personal mission to get this man locked up. I've been contacting lawyers the past few days and looking into every option I have. The rest of my family who found out about what happened are telling me to press charges, and asking what they can do to help. Meanwhile, the majority of my husband's family are defending his uncle and condemning me for ruining Thanksgiving. A lot of them are outright refusing to believe me about what happened and want proof, but that is not going to happen. I want to talk to my husband about cutting off his family entirely, but I don't know how this will affect everyone's relationship going forward.